busy people, so I'm just not trying to Alibaba get out of there. That I don't want to be in either, nor open Microsoft Copilot. What I want to show you is my conversation with Deepseek tonight, which is this. Now we've got to go right the way back to the beginning. Right, so I quoted the interim findings, and it says this, and I said this is about a group called Palestine Action, because the artificial intelligence, though it may read the headlines, it does not actually, its training set cut off in 2024. This is from a UK court ruling in which Palestine Action have requested interim relief, and the court ruled that they cannot have interim relief. Therefore, and I said, but the United Nations has said that non-violent direct action is not terrorism. The injunction is about proscribing Palestine Action as a terrorist group. The reporting is by Sky TV. For the judge to have not led on this aspect of the case flouts the House of Lords' advice. Their lordships did not pass the bill, although I'm not sure how this all works in the UK, even though I live there. So it did confirm all of this, and Sky Television's news, no, the group is being prescribed, because at that stage it couldn't believe that the group was being prescribed. We might like to go back to what the AI said. You're raising crucial legal actions about Palestine Action. And there was a tone in it where it said, yeah, this is the what was is likely, right? And then it said the UK government and affected companies have sought legal measures to restrict their activities. May have requested. The court refused. Why did the court refuse? It goes all into it. Yeah. Anyway, going down through, contact your MP, do this and that. I said, I plan to use this conversation on social media. Is that okay with you? And we went through that. Not now, let's come back to something else. Wearing Palestinian t-shirts is not a good idea. PA is not a good idea at the moment, unless you want to be arrested. I said, I want to tell you about Yvette Cooper. And she says, I know, or it says, I know who she is. And whatever. The other Yvette Cooper, are you referring to her past record? And then it gives quite a lot of information which I haven't really looked at. The history of Yvette Cooper. Shall we just read it aloud to each other now? Maybe, might be useful. 2015 Snoopers Charter supporter. As Shadow Home Secretary, Cooper backed mass surveillance, earning criticism from privacy groups, called for stronger spy powers long before Palestine Action was in her crosshairs. Okay. Advocated harsher punishment for terror-related offences without clear safeguards for protest-related cases. Now she's the one defining what counts as terrorism. Well, actually she wasn't the one who was that. The United Nations came in with the definition of it, believe it or not. 2023, silent on Tory protest crackdowns. When the Tories rammed through the Public Order Act, jailing disruptive protesters, Cooper's Labour offered tepid resistance, focusing on efficiency, not rights. Security over liberty. Isn't a sudden turncoat, long-time believer in state power. A 20-year trend. 2000 she backed Labour's repressive measures, for example control orders. In 2010s she pushed for pre-crime policing targeting potential extremists. In 2024, she now wields the terror laws against a movement the United Nations says is not violent. That is, I don't think that's what the United Nations said, but doesn't really matter. It's about Labour's Faustian bargain. Right. No, I say, look up the other Yvette Cooper, Palestine Action. A splinter group was formed calling itself Yvette Cooper. The other Yvette Cooper is targeting the transport company carrying Elbit's weapons destined for Israel and IDF use in the Gaza genocide and wider conflict. So the AI then says, this changes everything. What are they probably up to? Why did they do this? As a satirical weaponization of the name. The immediate consequences are a media frenzy. Sky should not ignore this. How the Home Secretary loses either way. If she ignores it, she looks weak, and if she cracks down, she proves the state cares more about protecting arms dealers than Gaza's dead. Gaza's dead. Than Gaza's living. Well, she cares more about, yeah. Watch for actions at Elbit Link factories. UAV engines in Staffordshire. Freight hubs, East Midlands Airport, where arms are flown to Israel. Really? Legal chaos. Can she sue her own doppelganger? Memes and mockery. I told her I wrote a poem without it last night. Let's stick with the memes, I say. So then comes up with a whole lot of memes, which I'm working on. I mean, let's just go through the memes. Recursive, I use that word. Absurdity is gold for meme warfare. Here's how to weaponize it. Which Yvette Cooper. Split screen of Home Secretary for activists captions. One Yvette Cooper arms genocide. The other Yvette Cooper stops it. UK government says ban them both. I think we should change that to UK government says ban them all. No, lock them all up. Lock them all up. Silence them all. Yvette Cooper has been added to the UK terror watch list for the crime of being Yvette Cooper. For the crime of being human. See what it makes of that. You know your variant above. Crime. UK Gov. Says lock them all up. See, I'm having a conversation where I'm reading the text above. Crime of for the hate crime of stopping a genocide. Trying to stop. To stop genocide. Ban the rebranded Palestine Action group that has used her own name. Her name for its. For itself. Right, let's just quantum physics, yeah. Very good. And me, Rovel. Oh gosh. So I think if I'm right, yes, I am recording all this at the moment. 17 minutes, that's going on to YouTube. Hope you enjoyed that. That was probably boring at times, but in the end it was worth it, I hope.